Dan Panicotta.
Shut up!
Letter I.
Hi, I'm Carroll. You're watching No Enemies Here.
This is Steve Hackett here.
We few. We happy few. We band of brothers, 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 brothers.
You're watching No Enemies Here, Wargaming News.
Another week, another show. Hey folks, this is Aardwolf of Aardwolf's LAIR, and I am here today.
Hey guys, it's me, Velker. I'm the child of Jim Ozarski, the guy who's got a wargaming channel around here. You might know me by my incredible dice rolling, and I'm usually the screaming in the background. My dad's going to record a video in just a few minutes, but before he does that, I have a few things to say to No Enemies Here. You just made my dad's ego a whole lot bigger. I don't know how you did it, but you named him Grognard of the Year, which is amazing. I'm so happy for him. But he's gone nuts. He's talking about putting logos on posters, on t-shirts. I think he's even talking about mugs, and he doesn't even drink coffee. It's insane.
Velker?
Yeah?
What you doing?
Don't worry about it. I'm just finishing up the setting up.
Yeah, you know I gotta do that video, right?
Yeah, I'm just finishing up. Give me a minute. So yeah, thanks. He's coming in just a few minutes. Don't say anything. Alright, come on in.
Okay.
What the? How did you? Where did he? Anyway, hey, what? Hi, it's Jim Ozarski, Cyrano, and I Velker, you're here. Anyway, hi everybody. I just wanted to take a minute to thank the crew at No Enemies Here, and all the people who voted for me as Grognard of the Year. That's a little nuts, I don't mind saying. It's humbling. It's great. And this is really, really cool. I guess the main thing I wanted to say, it's about here. I was going to do a live face video, but I figured I wanted to show, and I wanted to be here where it all started. It was really almost 2 years ago that Velker and I decided that we were going to try to play some games. And I'll just tell a little story. I love telling stories. I want to tell this little one. I have a gigantic collection of games. I've had a giant collection of games for a very, very long time. And the reason I always had them is because I wanted to play games with my friends. And I figured if I had a lot of games, then all my friends would come and play them, and we could find something that somebody would like. Well, life changes, and we get older, and we get responsibilities, and we get Velker. And, you want to spend time with them, but you also want to spend time with your friends. And so many of my friends moved away. And so I figured out this tabletop simulator thing. To be honest, the first time I installed it, I hated it. I put it aside. But I gave it a second chance, and now I've got almost 2,000 hours logged into it. And it's here. Let me give you a little peek. This is my list of saved games, and this is actually kind of trimmed. As you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's 28 games times 11 pages of saved games. It's all the stuff we've played over the years, whether it be a Kriegspiel or a Sans Resultat or Commands and Colors Napoleonics. It's been a lot of fun, and I love building them. I love building all of them. But the simple fact of the matter is, it would be pointless without the people. It would be pointless without the Armchair Dragoons. Really wonderful group of guys. Thanks, Brant. Thanks, everybody. That I've been able to spend all this time playing games with. And it's been pointless without all the people that have joined us. We've had dozens and dozens of people come and join. Some of them began as viewers, and I'm very grateful to them. All the people that follow the channel, and all the folks that come by and hang out and comment, and all those other things. So it's for them, but it's selfish. It's for me too, because I really do love doing it. So gosh, thank you. It's sincerely appreciated. And just to avoid not, ducking the face video completely, that's Velker and I. When we went over to visit Osborne Essling, we're outside the chapel in Osborne, right at the marker that used to be on Loba Island at the Friedhof. So that's us. Anyway, as I say, thank you so terribly much, and we'll see you online. Come by, play a game. We'll see you soon.
It's the time of the month, the GMT monthly update. Alright people, welcome to the GMT Games monthly update, January 2021. This is going to be a short one, and I'm actually, right now, what's cool is I'm actually waiting for Volko to give me a buzz, because we gotta talk. But anyways. Okay, let's see, look, the new P500, Atlantic Chase. And Atlantic Chase sounds interesting. I think it's a Mike Bertuccelli game, or is it a Jeremy White game? It is a Jeremy White game, I was right. The Kriegsmarine against the home fleet, 1939-1942. I guess this is a variation on a theme of what Gregory M. Smith started, but looks very cool. And I love Jeremy White's rule books, the way he writes rule books. He writes them perfectly just for me. And so, let me tell you a little bit of news about this. There's my dog, there's Volko, and there's the post office. Give me a second, I'll be right back, obviously. Okay, so we're back. Obviously, we never left because whatever. And so, let's see here. What we get with this game is a 22 by 34 inch mounted game board. Map, obviously, a sheet and a half of counters, 20 sets of wooden bits representing task forces, 2 off-map task force displays, these are 8.5 by 11 inches, player aid folders, a rule book, and a scenario book with illustrated setups, and 4 6-sided dice. I like Jeremy White's games, his, what's it called there, Enemy Coast Ahead. Okay, is this thing gonna make me go back? But anyways, alright. Okay, and we have Bayonets and Tomahawks. The French and Indian War, a game by Mac Rodrigue. I think this is a guy I know. Sounds very French, Mac Rodrigue. Anyways, this is a game about the French and Indian War. This probably happened around our area too, my area I'm talking about. And I'm gonna show you some... Let's see here. Actually... let's see here. Volko Runke on Bayonets and Tomahawks. I just finished speaking to him. Anyways, through clever use of period mapmaker's perspective and a full inclusion of the maritime campaigns, Max Bayonets and Tomahawks delivers both historical focus and... I can't read, man. I'm reading like the guy from who took Senator whatever, and they said he's against us. Whatever. I'm not going to talk politics. Okay, so historical focus on the Champlain corridor and the full possibilities of naval operations. Not only squadron units and naval combat, but also artillery and road building gives Bayonets and Tomahawks a more explicitly military operational feel. Mark's design also provides a tense, press-your-luck aspect to raiding and counter-raiding. Volko Runke. Now, there you go. Alright, so what you got with this game is 22 by 34 inch mounted map, 54 cards, 21 British, 21 French, and 12 Indian, 21 French. Talking French-Canadian here? Is that what you're talking about? Say it. 135 unit counters, 54 British, 21 Colonial, 44 French, and 16 Indian. 8 commanders, 4 French and 4 British. I'm not going to read the whole bloody thing here. 17 vagaries of war token. Vagaries? A small fabric bag, 6 custom dice, a sheet of markers, 4 scenario information sheets, 1 player aid, an Indian setup, sheet, rulebooks, and playbooks. This is a game obviously designed by Marc Rodrigue, developed by Marco Putri. Yeah, I know these guys. Okay, so let's see. What else here? We have... I just screwed up my thing here. Anyways, we have something that I'm incredibly interested in, and it's Command and Colors Samurai Battles. Huh? The exciting medieval Japan battlefield game. 40, count them, 40 battle scenarios, plus all the scenarios that they're gonna, the fans are gonna make. So this obviously is a game by Richard Borg. Now you're in command. So this game is at the printers, ready to go. I have to get me a copy of that, that's for sure. So, okay, so Samurai Battles from the game company Zvezda premiered almost 7 years ago. And although the game achieved some popularity for the most part of the game, it flew under the radar of most gamers. Well, GMT is here to blast you with a, I don't know, it's a 3-inch box or something. I hope it's a 3.5, 4-inch box. Come on, GMT, give me some 4-inch boxes here. Eh? You got a lot of stuff in your thing, and once you move one counter, it's over. Okay, so here we go again. So it includes. Look, let me tell you some battles. These are tentative. First Samurai Skirmish. Man, that's got to go a long time ago. 1561, 5 scenarios of the 4th Kanawakajima, and Domyoji. 1615, there's 2 scenarios on that. The first battle of Azukizaka, 1542, 1548, 1560, the Arita Castle, 1517, 2 scenarios. Mikata Gohara, 1572, and obviously you're gonna get Sekigahara, right? 3 scenarios, 1600. So what you get with this game is 1 combat and Command and Color scenario rulebook, a battle scenarios rulebook, battlefield game board, 60 terrain tiles. You know what comes with the Command and Colors? Lots of stuff, 60 command cards, 18 victory banner, this and that, 2 unit summary sheets, 2 terrain summary sheets, 254 small infantry blocks. Get ready to stick. All right. And this game complexity is medium, solitaire suitability, as in all Command and Colors, are... But anyways, okay, so the new P500 editions are In the Shadows. This is French Resistance, 1943 to 1944. It's funny, it looks like a combat commander type thing. But anyways, Prime Minister, a solo system for the people, Ancients, Illusions of Glory, Caesar, Washington's War, and Paths of Glory. I'm wondering if that's a STUKAJOE thing, man. Dominant Species, 6th printing, that's a Chad Jensen game, and a Jim Crone game, Talon 3rd printing. I don't know, In the Shadows, I'm going to tell you who that is, but anyways, here we go. So the editions, the recent P500 editions are Command and Colors Medieval, Skies Above Britain, Jeremy M. White, and I think there's another designer. Space Empires, Jim Crone, all good things. There's 1,012 orders here. This is moving fast. And Wolfpack, the North Atlantic Convoy Struggles. I said that before. No, actually, this is a game by Mike Bertuccelli, is it? Come on, give me a name here. That's right, Wolfpack, the North Atlantic Convoy Struggles, October 41 to March 43. Again, jumping on the submarine thingy. Wolfpack is, look, it's a Mike Bertuccelli game. It's going to be fun. You get 134 by 22-inch mounted map board, double-sided, small and large convoy. You get 4 8.5 by 5.5 submarine player boards. Same type of design. 240 cards, 4 counter sheets, 4 17 by 11 and 6 8.5 by 11 player aids. You get a campaign information pad, rulebook, playbook, and it tells you a 3-inch box. So, complexity is medium, solitaire suitability, sky high. Game design, Mike Bertuccelli. Game development, Jason Carr. We're going to have Jason Carr with David Thompson and Volko Runke, I'm gonna have on In Conversation. I think it will be the 7th of February. So, 7th of February, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So, check that out. There's another thing that I really like on the P500. Actually, let me go through. There's the Great Battles of Julius Caesar, the Deluxe Edition. There's Hubris by Morgan Guyon-Retzi, Twilight of the Hellenistic World, and Red Dust Rebellion. It's a coin game. Now, you know, I'm psychologically scarred by coin games because I played one with Mark Herman and the Farmer's Aid. I mean, the Player's Aid. And they kept pouring that whiskey in my glass, and I just kept drinking. I don't know what was going on. It's their fault. So the description of Red Dust Rebellion by Jay Carmichael, that's the guy for 3-minute board games. Check out his website. It's really cool. In 3 minutes, he nicely explains the crux of the game, and you go on. So 200 years of Earth rule, 200 years of being told what to do by the people on some distant blue orb in the sky. A pampered planet populated by soft people. Earth politicians playing golf on a sunny day while sipping French champagne and eating grapes dared to tell us how to live. Well, you know, there was a game like that. What was it called? Red Faction. I loved it. PS1, I started with Red Faction. So, here we go. Okay, what you got with this game is a 22 by 34 inch mounted game board. Map, 96 cards. Card-based solitaire. System component, 173 wooden force pieces, 6 white and 6 red pawns. There's double-sided full-color player aids, 4 faction player aid foldouts, a background playbook, a rule book, a 3-inch box, 6-sided dice, 1 black, 1 white, and 1 red. 3 6-sided dice. And the game is medium complexity, solitaire. Suitability is sky high. Game design is Jay Carmichael. Check out his 3-minute Wonders, I think it's called. And the developer is Adam Blinkensop. Series designer, obviously, is Volko Runke. And again, Jason Card for the series developer. And he's the solo bot guy. So, and I'm also extremely excited about my brother STUKAJOE. Man, his CDG system, I think, we're talking 2.5 years ago he started that? I was there when he started it, man. Anyways, let me read you what Gene wrote about this. I knew about STUKAJOE's CDG method before I'd even met Jose. Now that I have, I know that he's a terrific guy. Smart, humble, and a really good fit with our GMT team. I mean, when you look at STUKAJOE, he just screams GMT, doesn't he? For me, he does. More to the point, for all of us who love CDGs, his system, and if you don't know his system, go check it out on BGG before STUKAJOE rips it apart and just sells it to GMT and we can't get any more. Maybe it's gone already. But anyways, his system is creative and really helps with uncertainty and immersion for CDG solo players, guys, girls. Kudos here again to Ken Kun. That must have been a tough name. Who has worked with STUKAJOE to further polish the system tailored to 6 of our CDGs for his official GMT version of the product, which is the CDG solo system. That's what it says here. For the people, Ancients with the Command and Colors. Command and Colors, man. If you can play the Ancients for Command and Colors, I'm assuming this CDG is open to all other Command and Colors. Whatever. I'll speak to Stuka and ask him. Okay, if our customers like this product, which, yeah, of course they will, we'll do more of these in the future to cover many more of our CDGs. Okay, I've got a list. Let's firstly start with Combat Commander. No issues, Combat Commander. Second, you know what? Give me a... Can you do up front? Nah, up front, you can't do up front. What else? Anyways, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. Combat Commander. And what else are they working on? So new P500s on the horizon. There's a new World War II block game set in Russia, a game set in Southeast Asia, a game that features Hannibal, a new AM Rev series game, you got me there, and a new Great Battles of American Civil War expansion, which I find interesting, an interesting subject. And check out the website, the YouTube site that GMT has, because there's great, the designers are describing their games, are showing you how to play, giving you playthroughs, and it's funny, as a composer, when you compose your piece of music, it's finished, and let's say you have an orchestra play it, usually the composer will conduct, but that's not the best rendition of that piece of music. So, and that's it. There's a lot of stuff on the GMT website, much more than I've said here, and have a good show, or weekend, or have a good life. HOLLANDSPIELE, Empire at Sunrise. This is a game designed by John Gorkowski. The duration of a game is about 150 minutes. It's a two-player game. Solitaire suitability is very high, and the theme is World War I naval. And what you get with this game is a 22 by 17 inch map sheet, 96 counters, 12-page rulebook, a tracking display sheet, play raid card, an order of battle sheet, and 2 6-sided dice. Strategy and Tactics Press. World at War Issue 76. Operation Jupiter. Churchill's plan to invade Norway, 1942. This is a two-player war game. And what you get with this game is a 22 by 34 inch map and 176 die-cut counters. Multi-Man Publishing and Advanced Squad Leader Starter Kit Expansion Pack Number 1, 2nd edition. What you get with this game is 4 8 by 22 inch geomorphic map boards, P, Q, R, and S, 1/2 sheet of counters, a rulebook, 1 vehicle and ordnance historical notebook, 2 quick reference data cards, 1 hedge example of play start kit sequence of play cards. Whoa, that was difficult for me. And 12 Advanced Squad Leader scenarios. 5, I should say S41, S51, and S59. My eyes, I can't see anymore. High-flying dice games, and an unpleasant and devastating fight. The battle for the Sitang Bridge, February 21st to 22nd, 1942. What you get with this game is 1 11 by 17 inch map, 70 unmounted double-sided counters, and 1 rulebook. Game is designed by Paul Rohrbaugh. Black Hell, Assault on Los Negros Island, February 29th, March 9th, 1944. This is a game designed by Paul Rohrbaugh. What you get with this game are 2 11 by 17 inch maps, 110 unmounted double-sided counters, 6 player raid sheets, and 1 rulebook. Thin Red Line Games and Fabrizio Vianello's The Dog of War. This is the second module of the C3 series, focused on command, control, and communications, and pioneered by Less Than 60 Miles. What you get with this game is a 98 by 56 centimeter matte plastic map covering the British Army of the Rhine area of responsibility and surrounding areas. 7 counter sheets, 45 action and event cards, 28-page rules booklet, 36-page scenario and designer's notes booklet, 2 timetable booklets, 5 player rate charts, 2 10-sided dice, and 10 Ziploc bags.
This is Riccardo Masini, and this time the greatest day in history and games is January 24th, 1712. The birthday of one of the greatest sovereigns of history, Frederick the Great. Frederick was born in one of the greatest kingdoms of the German nation, the militaristic and rigidly organized Prussia. His father was unsurprisingly a very strict parent, regularly frustrating the artistic and creative spirit of his son, trying to impress discipline and obedience on the rebel boy who loved music and philosophy. The young Frederick also wrote a very progressive and modern essay about the virtues of what a good king should be. But then, in the summer of 1740, his father died. He ascended to the throne, and everything became a bit more complicated. The first goal of the new king was to modernize and solidify his nation, and he quickly identified a great obstacle to that objective, the Habsburg Empire. Exploiting a succession crisis to the Austrian throne, Frederick did not recognize the claim of young Maria Theresa and moved preemptively his troops to seize the bordering region of Silesia. This was just the first of the many wars fought by the young sovereign. After a long series of battles, Hohenfriedberg, Zohr, Kesselsdorf, Frederick and his subordinates proved the superiority of the Prussian military discipline and organization, regularly defeating the armies of Austria and Saxony, on paper greater in numbers and experience. Upon signing the Treaty of Breslau, Austria was forced to concede Silesia to Prussia, an act that would lead Frederick's kingdom to a position of hegemony in the German area. With the collapse of the traditional Anglo-Austrian alliance in 1756, Austria allied with France, a traditional supporter of Prussia, and so Frederick had to sign a mutual treaty with England. But the damage was done, and the balance of power in the continent was about to change once again. Maria Theresa, now Empress of Austria, wanted revenge and quickly formed a new coalition against Prussia, together with the great powers of France and Russia. The 7 Years' War had just begun. Frederick fought a desperate war on many fronts, suffering some tactical defeats but skillfully keeping his enemy away from the heart of Prussia. Even his military genius could not resist much longer, but suddenly the news came. Empress Elizabeth of Russia had died. Without Russia and with the withdrawal of France defeated by the British in America, the coalition broke apart. Through discipline, determination, and a bit of luck, Prussia was saved. Prussia's survival had come after a long and very harsh war. However, and Frederick then focused his efforts on ameliorating the economic and social lives of his subjects, limiting himself to minor and much more limited conflicts. When he died, Prussia had gained such stability and prosperity that even after the disasters suffered during the Napoleonic Wars, the country was strong enough to become the leader of a new German nation. Frederick was a very complex man. Military genius and patron of the arts, illuminated monarch, loved by great philosophers like Voltaire, but sometimes proving to be a real tyrant. And so it is only fitting for such a great sovereign to be the subject of a great game, Friedrich. By combining typical Eurogame mechanics with a classic wargame setting, Friedrich will transport you to the 7 Years' War in Europe in a title unlike any other you have ever played. One player is the Prussian monarch, surrounded from all sides, almost doomed from the start, but the others will have to struggle to keep the coalition alive and obtain victory before the Tsarina dies. The army's compositions remain hidden, and even when they are revealed on the eve of battle, their performance depends on how the cards in your hand will interact with the location of the fight. A system not unlike the one we find in Sekigahara. Always expect the unexpected in Frederick, both in the military and political arena. And when you are finished, you can always try the other game with the same system, the prequel, Maria. So, that's it for this time. See you on the next Battlefields. Ciao! Ciao!
Ian Benevolence Play History has all of this. And if you think I'm gonna go through that, Ian, you're nuts. And that sweetheart of a man called Grant Wiley from Worthington Publishing webpage, or I should say YouTube channel, they demonstrate Play of Tarot on 1943, parts 1 and 2. And ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe I'm going to be saying this twice during the show. Beyond Solitaire, in podcast episode 30, is interviewing on Euro Wargames, Ian Heinemann! Kyle Seeley continues his playthrough of the 5 battles of the French Wars of Religion in 1562 to 1595. This is the fate of readers. Joel Toppin continues his playthrough of Shores of Tripoli, a game by Kevin Bertram. Counterattack is doing a playthrough of Mark Simich's Ukraine 43, Turn 3. The man famously known as Calandale Enrico Viglino is playing Victory Games Central America. He's got 5 videos: the Fall of Samosa, parts 1 and 2, Central America Intervention Intro, Central America Scene General Setup, and Central America Scene General Setup number 1. Well, that's what Enrico does. Wayne Hansen checks out in his Recon. Wayne Hansen unbags in his Recon Space Infantry Federation. Also, he gives us an overview and review of the same game, plus an interesting top 6. Top 6 solo war games of 2020. Well, you want to be different? Do a top 6. Dad vs. Son is hard-playing Stalingrad 42, a game by Mark Simonich. The 10,000 K-Men, The Player's Aid, have 3 videos out. The first one reviewing Dawn's Early Light from Compass Games, the second one unboxing Generals, Marshals, and Tacticians, and the third one unbagging C3I issue number 34 from Roger B. McGowan Studios.
Hey guys, Dave here. Welcome to the Centurions Review, the punk rock band of Wargame Review Institution's first game we're reviewing on our site this week was Orbit the Black Hole from Odyssey Magazine. Odyssey Magazine is a game from the late 1970s and the 1980s. It was for kids. It was a magazine of astronomy and outer space. This one happened to include a board game in it. Then as far as first look videos on YouTube, first one I did was Lord of the Dead from Pocket Option Games. It actually looks pretty interesting. The problem is the rule book is pretty lacking. And here's an interesting one that we've done a first look at, Putin's War from Modern War Magazine, number 29. I've heard really good things about this game, and it looks simple and easy to learn, so I hope to try this one soon. And then on YouTube, I did a video about 3 games that I think are suitable for conventions. All 3 are war games. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys soon on my website and on my YouTube channel. Have a good evening.
JK Wargames checks out Black Powder Starter Set. Complete. Miniatures game, obviously. And the Professor Riccardo Mazzini with his Warlog number 65 checks out the games of Great War Commander. Harsh Rules, breaking down board games with Ben Harsh. Ben Harsh has 2 videos out, the first one being an unboxing of Fields of Fire, the first one, a game published by GMT, designed by Ben Hull, and The Bulge, for God's sakes. And Part 1, an overview of the rule breakdown of Fast Action Battle, The Bulge, by GMT. Seek Out and Play has a video out, and it describes the sequence of play for the Warfighter series using the World War II core set. The video explains each of the actions that can be taken during the turn. Lock and Load Publishing has 4 videos out, the first one being the AC/DC Con Armchair Dragoons Virtual Con gameplay of World at War 85. Also, Virtual Con at World at War 85, again, must be a different game. And they continue with World at... I can't even speak anymore. They continue they continue with World at War, and the last video was Heroes in Defiance, a DLC that is now live on Steam for Lock and Load Publishing. The wargame artist Matt White tells us 28mm Celts vs. Roman battle report after action report. Solo play. Rough Swordsman Wargamer has a video called Live Playthrough of Tank Duel by Mike Bertuccelli tonight with the War Room and designer Mike Bertuccelli. Wow, I gotta check that out. Also, he opens the box on Lock and Load Publishing's Lock and Load Tactical Solo. Robert Carroll of Kilroy Was Here has 2 videos out. Firebase Vietnam by the C3I magazine, exploration and introduction to that game. Also, Battle for Kursk, The Tigers Are Burning, 1943, from the same magazine. Counterproductive Games takes on Tokyo Express, a Victory Games game, and he's checking out the basic game parts 1 and 2.
Prostate cancer. Have you or somebody you know been recently diagnosed? Overwhelmed? Embarrassed? Get information and listen to 52 conversations from guys just like you.
The original Grognard is checking out Space Infantry Federation gameplay parts 2 and 3 from Lock and Load Publishing. Kevin Sharp of the Big Board is checking out Next War, Vietnam.
Hey folks, it's Aardwolf. Welcome. Ding Dan Diddley-O has asked me to talk about what's been happening with Aardwolf's Lair this week, so here we go. On Saturday, as part of the Armchair Dragoons digital convention, we did a 4-hour operational combat series boot camp using the game Smolensk Barbarossa Derailed. We did manage to get in all of the high points, although many of the subtleties of the OCS system will have to wait for a future project. And on Sunday, we sat down with Brant, the head of the Armchair Dragoons, for a happy hour and convention wrap, and us generally just having fun for about an hour and a half. On Monday, we did another counter-clipping stream. The topic this time around was the subject of monster wargames, which, as you are probably aware, is my thing. For Traveler Tuesday, we revisited Mongoose Publishing's 2nd edition Mongoose Traveler with a flip-through of their new release, Aliens of Charted Space Volume 1. And later on Tuesday, we did an in-depth interview with designer Bruce Maxwell, designer of the legendary NATO The Next War in Europe, a 1983 release from Victory Games, and coming soon in a shiny, new, and very revised edition from Compass Games. It is expected that the new edition of NATO will be out this March. And on Thursday, we unboxed Don't Tread on Me, a solitaire game from White Dog Games and designer Ben Madison about the American Revolution. So there's a number of things in the hopper for Aardwolf's Lair that will be maturing next week, not this week. But what do we have planned for this week? Well, at 8 p.m. Eastern on Monday, we're going to do another counterclipping stream, and we're going to take a look at the topic of whether today's wargames are just better than wargames from yesterday or yesteryear. For Traveler Tuesday, we're going to have a second look at the Pisces Threshold sector. That is my custom sector that I am designing, and we're going to design more of it on Tuesday, so stay tuned for that. On Thursday, we'll be unboxing the brand new release C3I magazine number 34, or not unboxing, but flipping through. The magazine looks really good. There is a game included called The Battle for Kursk, Tigers Are Burning by Trevor Bender, and that looks fairly interesting as well, so stay tuned for that. That's all that's planned for this coming week, but again, stay tuned for next week, and we will have more goodies and new goodies for you. Until next time, thanks for watching, and happy wargaming. Hey folks, it's Aardwolf. Welcome. Ding Dan Diddley-O has asked me to talk about what's been happening with Aardwolf's Lair this week, so here we go. On Saturday, as part of the Armchair Dragoons digital convention, we did a 4-hour operational combat series boot camp using the game Smolensk Barbarossa Derailed. We did manage to get in all of the high points, although many of the subtleties of the OCS system will have to wait for a future project. And on Sunday, we sat down with Brant, the head of the Armchair Dragoons, for a happy hour and convention wrap, and us generally just having fun for about an hour and a half. On Monday, we did another counter-clipping stream. The topic this time around was the subject of monster wargames, which, as you are probably aware, is my thing. For Traveler Tuesday, we revisited Mongoose Publishing's second edition Mongoose Traveler with a flip-through of their new release, Aliens of Charted Space Volume 1. And later on Tuesday, we did an in-depth interview with designer Bruce Maxwell, designer of the legendary NATO The Next War in Europe, a 1983 release from Victory Games, and coming soon in a shiny, new, and very revised edition from Compass Games. It is expected that the new edition of NATO will be out this March. And on Thursday, we unboxed Don't Tread on Me, a solitaire game from White Dog Games and designer Ben Madison about the American Revolution. So there's a number of things in the hopper for Aardwolf's Lair that will be maturing next week, not this week. But what do we have planned for this week? Well, at 8 p.m. Eastern on Monday, we're going to do another counterclipping stream, and we're going to take a look at the topic of whether today's wargames are just better than wargames from yesterday or yesteryear. For Traveler Tuesday, we're going to have a second look at the Pisces Threshold sector. That is my custom sector that I am designing, and we're going to design more of it on Tuesday, so stay tuned for that. On Thursday, we'll be unboxing the brand new release C3I Magazine number 34, or not unboxing, but flipping through. The magazine looks really good. There is a game included called The Battle for Kursk, Tigers Are Burning by Trevor Bender, and that looks fairly interesting as well, so stay tuned for that. That's all that's planned for this coming week, but again, stay tuned for next week, and we will have more goodies and new goodies for you. Until next time, thanks for watching, and happy wargaming.
The Grognard that is Clark Commando 1983 is teaching you the basic game of GMT's MBT by James Day. Combat Board Games is unboxing Grand Army of the Republic by Task Force Games, designed by Roger Nord. And the Grognard of 2020, Jim Ozarski, has a video out called Return to Cowpens for Volley and Bayonet. The one, the only STUKAJOE, who is now part of the GMT team with his solo CDG gameplay cards. I got that good. Yeah, check him out. And he's got a test video number 5, live unbagging Mukden 1905. Mo of Mo's Game Table takes a first look at Space Infantry Federation from Lock and Load Publishing. It's a preview and an expansion to Space Infantry. And the war game philosopher A.J. Toynbee at Hexes and Soldiers looks at World at War with his finangled map. And Cody of the Discriminating Gamer is checking out Chancellorsville 1863, or Chancellorsville. I keep saying Chancellorsville, I don't know, but anyways. Chancellorsville 1863, a game published by Worthington Publishing. Bonding with Board Games, the Chief was live with Trevor Just on Hand Tag Guest, top 5 games to play with children or kids. Compass Games Town Hall episode 15. Join Bill Thomas, the president and owner of Compass Games, for the latest company news. And for our Spanish-speaking audience, Julius Fairfax, the Great Redoubt. This is a little bit of a archaeological ludic. He says I'm actually translating from Spanish to Italian to English. So this is a game from 1979 on the Battle of Borodino and the War of Napoleonics. This is a game that was published by Yaquinto, and the designer is Samuel Craig Taylor. Not bad if I do say so myself, Danny Boy. Tony of Tony's board life is... what's that word? He's enamored. He's obsessed is the word I'm trying to find. He's obsessed with SPQR, a game by Richard Berg and Mark Herman. And ladies and gentlemen, the podfather of war games, the podfather of gaming actually is the exact title of Stephen Bonacor's fantastic YouTube channel. And the reason Stephen Bonacor is who Stephen Bonacor is because he was a giant in the Euro publishing industry. And I just had him for an interview, and this man is amazing. I had him and Uva on In Conversation. If you haven't checked that out, check it out. So much information, and great information, and a new guy to take a look at who knows what he's talking about, or to listen to, is Stephen Bonacor. And he has Ignacy Cevicek, a Polish game designer, with such games as Robinson Crusoe. And let me tell you, no, it's not a war game, but you give it a shot and you tell me if the first 5 tries you survive. Anyways, the Podfather is on with Ignacy Cevicek of Portal Games. GIMPY, the GIMPY Gamer, has 4 videos out. The first one being GIMPY's Gal Guesses, Jeff Horger's and Carla Horger's Apocalypse Road, published by GMT. Then 2 videos on Aliens, Another Glorious Day in the Core, parts 1 and 2, and Primal, The Awakening. BLASTPOP takes a look at Mike Nagel's design of Blue Cross White Ensign, the Imperial Russian Navy during the Age of Sail, published by GMT. And the Hugh Hefner of War Games, War, D-Robe, plays World War II miniatures, board games, media. He's got a heck of a lot of videos out. Must be a pandemic or something.
A game for gamers, made by gamers, by Flying Pig Games.
Hi, this is Gottardo Zancani, and today the games on my table is Spire's End. Well, this is a Kickstarter I just received probably 6 weeks ago, and I finally found the time to test it. So, why did I get this game? Well, first of all, this is a solitaire title, and you know I really like solitaire games, so I wanted to try also this one. Well, second topic is this game is basically using only cards as an element, so everything, including the rules here, is represented by cards, and I found very interesting to see how it goes, and I like to say it's quite successful on it. Final point, well, I really like the graphics. While being this just black and white plus red, I found this is very good for the grim environment and background of the game. So far, I tested a little bit. The game is a classical dungeon crawl. You advance by revealing cards. Cards can provide twists or branches, so many possible endings, many possible paths. Quite hard, I have to say. I've never been able to win, so I hope to do it in this session, so wish me luck. But in any case, let's say a nice game. Ciao!
Another week, another show. This was a tough one. I don't know, for some reason it didn't want to come out. But hey, thank you very much for watching. If you're gonna watch, please subscribe and like. It's good for me, the channel, things. And also, please support this channel. It keeps me going. Anyways, I had a great conversation with Robert Carroll of Kilroy was here. What a great guy. A great conversation. I mean, earlier on in the video I was saying that I was waiting for Volko, and what I wanted to do as a Canadian, and all the events that happened in the States within the last 2 weeks is unbelievable. So, what I wanted to do is that, I mean, us as Canadians, yeah, politics are important, but we don't, you know what, in this day, we still have a huge separatist party, not party, but there are a lot of separatists around. Okay, a lot of Quebecers want to secede from Canada, and I mean, they have their issues, and they have some good points, whatever. And a lot of my friends, I have a lot of francophone friends, and a lot of them are separatists. A lot of them. And personally, I'm not. But I'm always interested in knowing why, and give me some facts, and let's talk about it. I mean, I'm interested. It's history, man. I'm really interested. So I wanted to talk to Robert Carroll, and I wanted to talk to Volko about politics. I want to know American politics, man. Like, why is it so divisive? Why is that country so divisive? And I told him, man, Volko, it's like the Civil War never finished, but it did. Anyways, I don't want to talk politics, guys. Maybe that's why I'm burnt out, because of the week's events, the inauguration and all that. Yeah, I'm Canadian, but this is world news. This affects us all. Anyways, have a good weekend. And here it's not gonna snow. It's gonna be very sunny, but it's probably gonna be minus 2,000 degrees Celsius. So that means as soon as I walk out, I take a deep breath, and all the snot crystallizes because it's freezing. Okay, I'll try to stop. Have a good weekend. I'm a little bit hyperactive. And hey, have fun. Fun. All right? What's wrong with fun? Have fun.